There is a silent crisis happening in the bedrooms and bathrooms of men over 60. It is not something discussed at dinner parties, and it is rarely mentioned in doctors' offices. It is the gradual, confusing loss of sensitivity and potency. You might feel like your body is betraying you. You might notice that what used to work instantly now takes forever or simply doesn't happen at all. Most men assume this is just the inevitable decline of aging. They think, well, I am older now. The machinery is just rusty. But what if I told you that the decline you are experiencing isn't just about age? What if I told you that specific, private habits, things you have been doing for decades without a second thought, are actually training your body to fail? We are going to talk about the 7 silent virility killers. These are habits of self-pleasure and hygiene that, over time, damage your nerves, confuse your brain's reward system, and restrict blood flow exactly when you need it most. My name is Susan, and in this video, we are going to have a mature, medical, and honest conversation about how to protect your sexual longevity. We will look at the physiology of why these 7 habits are dangerous after 60, and more importantly, exactly how to reverse the damage to reclaim your confidence and your connection. The physiology of the aging man, the vintage car analogy. Before we list the habits, we need to understand the machine we are working with. When you were 20, your body was like a brand new sports car. You could drive it rough, ignore the maintenance, use the wrong fuel, and it would still run at top speed. Your nerves were highly sensitive, your blood vessels were elastic, and your refractory period, time it takes to recharge, was almost non-existent. But after 60, your body becomes a vintage classic. A classic car is valuable, beautiful, and powerful, but it requires a different kind of handling. The check engine light comes on faster. Physiologically, 3 major changes happen. First, blood flow decreases as arteries stiffen slightly. Second, the sensitivity of the nerve endings in the pelvic region naturally diminishes. Third, your skin becomes thinner and less elastic. The problem is that many men continue to treat this vintage car exactly as they treated the sports car of their youth. They apply the same pressure, the same speed, and the same friction. And this disconnect between how you treat your body and what your body actually needs is where the damage happens. By refusing to adapt your private habits, you aren't just failing to get results. You are actively causing micro-traumas and desensitization that can make intimacy with a partner almost impossible. Let's look at the first, and perhaps most common, mistake. Habit number 1. The death grip traumatic pressure. The first habit is what specialists often call the death grip. This refers to the amount of pressure used during self-pleasure. Over the years, many men unconsciously increase the tightness of their grip to reach a climax faster. When you are younger, your nerves can handle this. But after 60, using excessive pressure creates a dangerous feedback loop. You are essentially crushing the delicate nerve endings that line the shaft. Over time, these nerves become desensitized. They learn that they only need to respond to extreme, crushing pressure. The tragedy of this habit becomes clear when you are with a partner. A partner's anatomy is soft, warm, and yielding. It cannot replicate the extreme pressure of a tight hand. Consequently, your brain and your nerves do not register the sensation of real intimacy as stimulation. You might find yourself unable to finish, or even unable to maintain an erection, not because you aren't attracted to your partner, but because you have trained your penis to require a level of force that a human body cannot provide. The fix here is a conscious retraining. You must actively practice using a looser, gentler grip. It will feel frustrating at first. It will take longer, but you are rehabilitating your nerves to feel subtle textures and warmth again, rather than just pressure. Habit number 2. The bathroom trap environment and posture. The second habit is purely logistical, but it has severe physiological consequences. The habit of limiting your private time to the bathroom. For many men, This is a habit formed in a busy household to ensure privacy. However, think about the environment. You are likely sitting on a toilet or standing on a cold tile floor. When you sit on a toilet for an extended period, gravity and the shape of the seat pull your pelvic floor downwards. This position compresses the blood vessels in the perineum, the area between the scrotum and the anus, which is the main highway for blood flow to the penis. Furthermore, the bathroom is not a place of relaxation. It is a place of waste elimination. Your brain associates this room with hygiene, not pleasure. When you are rushing in the bathroom, usually standing or sitting uncomfortably, your body is in a state of low-level tension. You cannot achieve deep, restorative relaxation in this environment. This restricts arterial blood flow and prevents the full engorgement of the tissues. Over time, this trains your body to associate arousal with pelvic tension rather than pelvic relaxation. The solution is to move this activity to the bedroom, lying down, where your spine is supported. Your pelvic floor is relaxed, and your heart rate can remain steady. Habit number 3. The 3-minute sprint, rushing the process. This leads directly into the third habit. Speed. I call this the 3-minute sprint. Many men treat self-pleasure as a task to be completed, a quick release of tension to get back to sleep or back to work. When you rush to finish in under 3 or 5 minutes, you are spiking your sympathetic nervous system. This is your fight or flight mode. You are flooding your system with adrenaline and cortisol to force a climax. But healthy sexual function, especially after 60, relies on the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest mode. An erection is actually a relaxation event. The smooth muscles must relax to let blood in. By rushing, you are fighting your own biology. You are training your brain that sexual activity is a high-stress event. This habit is particularly dangerous for your heart health. Forcing a rapid climax puts a sudden, intense demand on your cardiovascular system without the necessary warm-up period. For a man over 60, this sudden spike in blood pressure can be risky. You need to slow down. The goal should not be the finish line. It should be the time spent in a high arousal state without ejaculation. This improves blood flow, oxygenates the tissues, and teaches your body to enjoy the journey, which significantly improves your stamina with a partner. Habit number 4. Ignoring the friction factor, lubrication. The fourth habit is neglecting lubrication, or worse, using the wrong kind. As we mentioned in the vintage car analogy, your skin changes as you age. It becomes thinner, drier, and more prone to tearing. The natural oils you produced in your 30s are significantly reduced in your 60s. Dry friction is the enemy. It causes microscopic abrasions on the skin of the penis. You might not see them, but your body feels them. These micro-tears lead to inflammation. When there is inflammation, the body sends immune cells to the area, which can lead to the formation of scar tissue or fibrosis over time. This can reduce elasticity and even lead to curvature or pain. Many men try to solve this with soap in the shower. This is a critical mistake. Soap is a degreaser. It strips away the few natural oils you have left and irritates the urethra. The habit you must adopt is the use of a high-quality lubricant. Coconut oil is an excellent natural option if you are not using latex protection, or a high-quality water-based lubricant. This isn't just about comfort. It's about preserving the integrity of your skin and preventing desensitization caused by callus formation. Habit number 5. The dopamine trap. High-speed visuals. Now we must address the brain. The fifth habit is the reliance on high-speed internet pornography. This is not a moral judgment. This is neurochemistry. Your brain runs on dopamine. When you watch rapid-fire adult videos, clicking from one scene to another, you are bombarding your brain with a level of novelty and visual stimulation that specifically targets the Coolidge effect. This is a biological mechanism where a male is automatically aroused by a new female. When you flood your brain with dozens of new partners in a span of 10 minutes on a screen, you are creating a super stimulus. Real life cannot compete with this. A real partner does not change their appearance every 30 seconds. Real intimacy involves talking, touching, and slow progression. If your brain is habituated to the super stimulus of the screen, a real partner will fail to trigger enough dopamine to maintain an erection. This is often called porn-induced erectile dysfunction. The solution is a dopamine detox, reverting to using your imagination or focusing purely on physical sensation. It forces the brain to resensitize itself to normal, healthy levels of stimulation. Habit number 6. The energy drain imbalanced frequency. The sixth habit is a misunderstanding of your energy reserves. In traditional Chinese medicine, there is a concept called jing, or vital essence. Whether or not you believe in the philosophy, the biology is sound. Production of sperm and testosterone takes metabolic energy. After 60, your recovery time, the refractory period length. If you are expending your sexual energy through masturbation in the morning, you may physically not have the reserves to perform with your partner in the evening. It is a simple equation of supply and demand. Many men feel frustration that they cannot perform with their wives, not realizing they spent their energy earlier that day or the day before in the bathroom. Strategic retention is key here. If you know you want to be intimate with your partner, save that energy. Allow the testosterone levels to build up for a few days. You will find that your desire, your sensitivity, and your performance are significantly higher when you haven't depleted your tank manually. Reclaiming your vitality. These 7 habits: pressure environment, speed, friction, visual overstimulation, and energy depletion are silent killers because they happen behind closed doors. But they are also entirely within your control. You can change this today. You can choose to treat your body with the respect a classic machine deserves. Slow down. Use lubrication. Relax your grip. Prioritize your partner and your imagination over pixels on a screen. By making these small adjustments, you aren't just improving your private moments. You are protecting your heart, your nervous system, and your relationship. I hope this guide helps you navigate this chapter of your life with confidence and health. If you found this helpful, there is another habit related to your diet that acts as a natural testosterone booster, which I cover in the next video on the screen. I'll see you there.